She waited, her hands slightly shaking, her heart pounding so loudly she could hear it. She wasn't asking for much, just a place to sit, a moment to rest, a chance to feel human again. The cafe was crowded, but every table had at least one empty chair. Still, no one had let her join them. Some looked at her with suspicion. Others simply turned away, and then this man looked up from his book, stared at her for a second that felt like forever, and smiled, gently, warmly, like he actually saw her. "Only if you eat too," he said softly. For a moment, she didn't understand. No one had spoken to her kindly in a long time. She blinked. "Eat, too." He nodded and pushed his untouched muffin toward her. "Sit, please. Join me." She hesitated. People didn't offer food. They didn't offer kindness. They didn't offer a seat unless they expected something in return. I can't take this," she stuttered. "It's yours." "It was," he replied with a small laugh. "Now it's ours. Sit." Something in his tone, calm, gentle, safe, made her slowly pull out the chair and sit down. But she didn't touch the muffin. She couldn't. Her hands were shaking too much. The man closed his book, giving her his full attention without making her uncomfortable. "What's your name?" She swallowed hard. "Lena." "Pretty name," he said. She blushed slightly, looking down. Compliments felt foreign. "I'm Daniel. Nice to meet you," she whispered, though her voice cracked. Daniel noticed everything, the exhaustion in her face, the fear behind her smile, the way she kept glancing around as if expecting someone to throw her out. He pushed the muffin closer. "You haven't eaten today, have you?" She opened her mouth to deny it, but her stomach betrayed her with a low growl. She flushed with embarrassment and quickly looked away. "It's okay," he said gently. "Really, you're safe here." The word safe broke something inside her. She bit her lip hard, trying not to cry. No one had made her feel safe in months. After her mother died, everything had fallen apart. She had lost her job trying to take care of her. Rent piled up. She was evicted. Friends stopped answering her messages. Family said they had their own lives. And just like that, Lena went from having a small, peaceful life to sleeping in shelters and wandering the streets with a duffel bag and memories that hurt too much to carry. But she didn't want pity, so she stayed quiet. Daniel, however, had a way of seeing truths even when they weren't spoken. He took a sip of his coffee and leaned forward slightly. "Lena, when was the last time someone sat with you like this?" She let out a shaky breath. "I don't remember," she whispered. "Everyone thinks I'm weird or dangerous or something." "You're not," he said firmly. "You're human, that's all." She nodded slowly, tears slipping down her cheek before she could stop them. "I'm sorry," she said quickly, wiping them away. "I didn't mean to cry." "Don't apologize for being human," Daniel said softly. "Never." She finally took a small bite of the muffin, and the moment she tasted food, real food, not the stale leftovers she sometimes found, her body shook. She didn't eat fast or desperately, she ate gently, respectfully, as if she didn't want to offend the food. Daniel watched her with a soft expression, not judging, not pitying, just present. They talked about simple things at first. Weather, music, books. But eventually, she opened up. "I wasn't always like this," she said quietly. "I had a normal life once." "You still have a life," he said, "and it still matters." She stared at him in disbelief. "Daniel, why are you being so kind?" He chuckled softly. "Because someone was kind to me once when I needed it." He told her his story too. He had lost his wife 2 years ago. Grief swallowed him. He withdrew from the world, stopped talking to people, stopped eating properly, stopped living. One day, a stranger noticed him crying on a park bench and asked if she could sit with him. Just sit, no questions, no judgment. That moment saved him. "Kindness can be contagious," he said. "Maybe you'll pass it on someday." Lena looked at him, eyes trembling. "I want to," she whispered. "But I don't know how to start again." Daniel smiled warmly. "You already started, by sitting here." At that moment, a cafe worker approached them. Lena tensed, expecting to be asked to leave. But the employee smiled at Daniel and said, "Your order is ready." "Should I bring it here?" "Yes," Daniel said, "and please add something for my friend." Lena gasped softly. "Daniel, no, please, I don't want to take advantage." "You're not," he said. "You're sharing a meal with me." She looked around, expecting judgmental stares, but instead, she saw something she didn't expect, people softening. People watching the small act of kindness unfolding and being touched by it. One older woman even smiled at Lena warmly. Kindness spreads quietly. When the food arrived, Daniel gently encouraged her to eat more. Her hands had stopped trembling by now. She looked healthier already, just from being seen, being acknowledged, being treated like someone who mattered. After they finished eating, Daniel reached into his bag and pulled out a neatly folded coat. "I was going to donate this," he said, "but I think it would fit you." Lena covered her mouth. "Daniel, I can't accept that." "Then don't think of it as accepting," he said. "Think of it as letting someone care." She trembled again, but this time with gratitude. "Thank you," she whispered. Truly. They walked outside together. She hadn't expected companionship. She hadn't expected warmth. She definitely hadn't expected hope. But he gave her all three. Before they parted ways, Daniel took a small card from his pocket and handed it to her. "This is my number," he said. "If you ever need a meal, or a conversation, or help finding work, call me." "I mean it." She looked at the card as if it were made of gold. "Why me?" she whispered again. Daniel sighed softly. "Because everyone deserves someone who doesn't walk away. Today, I'm that someone for you." She looked up at him with eyes filled with emotion. "I won't forget this," she said. "I'll pay it forward someday." Daniel smiled. "I know you will." As she walked away, with a full belly, a warm coat, and a heart that felt alive for the first time in months, Lena whispered to herself, "He didn't just give me a seat, he gave me a chance." And she promised herself that the next time she saw someone struggling, she would say the same words he said to her, "Only if you eat too." And that is how one simple question, "Can I sit here?" turned into a moment of humanity that changed two lives forever. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Goodness Hub Stories for more emotional and inspiring stories.